Squats strengthen the glutes, thighs, and hamstrings. Stand tall and step your feet into a wide stance with your toes turned out. We'll do 8 reps in the next minute. Standing with your feet wide, bend your knees and sit your hips down into a squat. Now stand tall. Again, squat down. Hips around knee level. Stand. Up next is hip hinge. We'll do 10 reps. Standing with your hands on your hips, bend to the hips, sending your chest forward and your butt back. Then stand. Again, hinge forward with a flat back. Then stand tall. Seated side raises on backs. This movement stretches and strengthens your upper body by reaching your arms up to arms hanging by your sides. Lift your arms straight out to the sides, then lower with control to the start. Again, lift your arms, palms facing forward. Again, extend your left leg and hold. Relaxing your inner thigh. Try to keep your back straight. Imagine the top of your head is reaching toward this leg and hinge forward with your back straight and hold for 10 seconds, bending until you can feel a stretch.
Movement. Good morning. It's the 22,961st day. For me, it's Thursday. It's one of the last Thursdays in October of 2024. And I am feeling pretty good. I did some exercise, I just shared with you. Movement is medicine. Movement is medicine. Yesterday of one of the Wilson sisters, I forget which one it is. I think it's Nancy, who had recently gone through chemotherapy. And it was a very almost inspirational kind of video. She was just giving a health update and everything, but towards the end there, she said, thank goodness the test results were positive, and now she's ready to kind of, recuperate and get ready to get back on the road in 2025, and keep moving forward. And I thought, God, it for some reason I responded with, congratulations, and movement is medicine, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what I said, but it brought to mind for me how it's essential to keep moving as we grow older, as we're younger. I've talked about this before, but it's been a while since I've, talked about it here. And, movement is medicine. Movement is medicine. Pardon me a second. So what happens when you're moving? Well, of course, the physical thing, your body needs to stretch. You need to get those joints, keep them loose and limber. If you remember, let's go in a time machine and go way back when we were all kids, and we all had not only boundless energy, but we were able to bend our fingers backwards and clap behind our backs and do all this. Like, wow, how can your body do that? And your body, of course, when you're kids, your body is more flexible. Your bones don't break as easily. Your ligaments don't tear as easily. So that's part of it. But really, it's kind of where we start. And the older we get, the more atrophy sets in. We sit more. We don't exercise every day. And when you get to be, middle-aged and after kids and after you retire, you sit around a lot. You watch TV. You don't do as much as you used to, but it's still very, very important to keep moving. So I do this morning routine thing. I shared it with you. I have this app that I use that I've been using for probably just about 3 years now, called Hinge Health. And it's a little study guide thing, and they give you a little kind of clip to show you how to do the motion and stuff like that, how to do the different poses, and it counts it down for you, and keeps this steady thing going. I do that every day, probably 5-6 times a week. I did it twice today, actually. My Hinge morning, it's a type of yoga. It's a very low impact. It's a program that I got into when things were not going so well for me physically. When the lupus was so bad, I could barely move my body. So I decided to move my body more. And now I'm pretty limber. I feel pretty good. I am inspired by other people who are older than I am, who are amazing. And the common thing that all of them had is they stretched every day. They go for walks every day. They keep moving because movement is medicine. But the other thing that movement does for you that makes it medicine is in your head. It gets those endorphins, the serotonin, and all those chemicals that are the feel-good chemicals that help motivate you, that help sustain you when you're not emotionally doing well. Exercise has been proven to help battle depression, to help deal with grief. And yes, of course, long walks are part of it. I do that every day also. Can't stress enough just the focus of 10 minutes in the morning, sometimes again in the evening. is so helpful in so many different ways. And I'm kind of talking in a circle here because it is a circle. The more you move, the better you feel. The better you feel, the more you move. The more you move, the less you're ill. The less you're ill, the more you move. It's something that I think we as human beings, in particular, perhaps Americans, don't really do enough of. Yes, there is a very vibrant market out there for the health and wellness, for working out your body, for doing cardio, and the HIIT program, or pumping up cardio program, or and it's always been that way, hasn't it? So this week is been going pretty good for me. How about for you? Have you been having a good week? Have you gotten things done? Have you had a lot of fun? Have you encountered some problems along the way? Are you somebody who is recovering from the storms that they had back down in the southeast part of the country? I imagine if you're recovering from the storms, you're not watching YouTube. I God hope not. But you know, we all go through things every day, every week, every month, year after year. We all go through different cycles of shit, and different cycles of joy, and different cycles of yin, and different cycles of yang, and it's really a nice thing for us all to do in touching base with each other. How are you? Where are you on the shit cycle? Where are you on the joy cycle? Where are you in your love life, in your home life? Where are you with your career, with your school, with your slacking off, with your doubling down? Have you gone and voted? Have you gotten your vaccines? Have you talked to your parents lately? Have you brushed your teeth? Have you washed behind your ears? All these kind of things are important, and it's probably helpful for some of us to ask that question. Did you brush your teeth? Did you wash behind your ears? The movie with the kids is coming along. It's a lot of work. I thought I'd have it up here by Thursday, Friday this week. It's not going to be until next week. Actually, maybe it could be weeks before you see the quest for the magic blue box. Okay, you guys. Well, I really appreciate you watching. I really appreciate your comments and everything. I like the emails that I've gotten. Thank you again. Still haven't really gotten a video from anybody, but I'm sure I will sooner or later. And like I always try to tell you guys, to take care of yourselves and be safe out there and keep your dauber up. Hey there, Sammy and Mozzie, both my animals. Okay, take care.